America's 250 years of history are full of ordinary people who became trailblazers and inventions that changed the course of culture. Two of those things have collided as a preservationist from the Bois Freedom Center in Massachusetts has been given the History Tellers Award from Mars Inc. and American Heritage Chocolate. We talk with the winner, historian Marcus Smith, and chocolate historian Dave Borghesani about the importance of preserving stories big and small.
Can you talk a little bit about the center and just what makes your heart sing? What part of history do you love to tell?
Wow, that's such a wonderful question. So I'll start by saying we're actually sitting in the historic Clinton Amy Zion Church right now, which is the heart of the Bois Freedom Center. It was built in 1883, and it's the oldest remaining structure related to Black history in the Berkshires. What makes my heart sing is being able to share this story with others, the trials and tribulations, the great achievements, and the moral vision, the intelligence, and the creativity of this community in order to create something for themselves and put out someone like W. Du Bois into the world, who is the son of Great Barrington.
Is there a story that you love to tell that when people visit, they may not have ever heard?
I always love telling the story. You know, Du Bois is an international figure. He's around the world. He's famous worldwide. But I always have to think about, but people first knew him before he was the great scholar and archivist or activist Du Bois. He was known as Willie. At one point in time, he was the temporary secretary of the Women's Sewing Society for the church. His first articles he ever wrote were to the Boston Globe about the activities of the church. And so one thing I like to share is that for all of the great qualities that Du Bois has, they were shared by and nurtured within him by the community. And so exploring the ways that he grew up and highlighting those things are some of the most exciting conversations I get to have.
That's so cool. And I want to go to you, Dave, because I know that Marcus just won the History Tellers Award. What made him stick out as the winner? And can you tell me about your role in telling the history of our country?
Well, let me start by just saying that, most people know Mars makes fantastic chocolate brands. But one of the things most people don't know is that Mars, along with American Heritage Chocolate, a brand based upon recipes from the 1700s, have been committed to preserving our nation's history for over 2 decades. As we are approaching our 250th anniversary, we wanted to shine the spotlight on those individuals who connect their audiences with our nation's story in meaningful ways. And our History Tellers Award does just that. This year, we celebrate a new award, again, designed for those people who celebrate history, like Marcus Smith at the Du Bois Freedom Center here in Great Barrington, Massachusetts.
So for both of you, there is so much history to tell, but it is so different. Why is it so important? Either of you can answer this question. Why is it so important to keep these stories relevant and to tell people about them?
You know, Du Bois once wrote in his book, Black Reconstruction, that he believed that the role of the historian was also towards the guidance of humanity, just beyond the idea of research. And so it's important to share this history, especially as we approach our 250th, because we believe fundamentally that, as historians, I like to say, that we use the past to inform the present to also envision a future for ourselves. And so we see history as not just rooted in the past, but very much informative towards how we understand and live in the present.